Oh, ah, don't fall, don't fall. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rachel and I'm the creator of Mouse Mouse Reads. And today I'm going to give you a book haul for 2025. So we're just going to jump right in. And the first book, I got this book a while back. I heard of this book years ago when I was a young adult reader. And I started reading it, but I never really got hooked onto it. So I was going to try again. I found it in a little free library here on the base that we live on. And it's called Fallen by Lauren Kate. So from what I know, this is two fallen angels that fall from heaven. They are in love, but every time they get close enough, whether they touch or they kiss, they fall back in love. She dies every time. And he finds her in every single lifetime. And he remembers, but she does not. So I think this book is the first one out of the series. And I think the whole series is like her finding out like this has happened thousands of times, hundreds of times, and figuring out why it's happening. So I've heard good and bad things about this, and this is actually one of my DNFs for the year. This is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. A lot of you guys probably are going to say that you love this book, and good for you. I just didn't. I found it dragging, boring, but no hate to anybody who did, because everybody has their own taste. It was very confusing because there were so many different point of views, so many different characters, and then it was different timelines, so it was hard for me to keep track of who I was reading and like what timeline, and so what they knew, and it was very confusing. And I think if she would have either stuck to either one timeline or the other, I feel like it kind of would have been better. But I did DNF this probably like 60% of the way through. This was a book club book of the month. The few that did finish it, I don't think any of them liked it either. So, but they did tell me how it ended. The ending was not as good as I was hoping for, I guess. So, and then we have The Xmas Holidays by Zoe Allison. This one was also found in a little free library here on base, and I initially was going to read it for the holidays, but I've just kept reading the back and like taking a break, reading it again. Just it's not pulling me in. So this is about two exes that are working together over the Christmas holidays in the Scottish Highlands. I think it's a second chance romance. So if you're into that, I have not read that one. So this one I got when the movie came out, and I was going to read it, and then it's such a big book and the pages are so thin. I don't know if I'm gonna read it or not. First one, I'm not sure. I realized it was a series and I was like, oh, I don't really want to start a new series, so giving this one away. And then we have this series by Hannah Grace, the Icebreaker Maple Hills novels by Hannah Grace. And I've read all of these. I found Wildfire to be my favorite. A lot of people say that it's Daydream and Icebreaker that are their favorite, but mine is Wildfire. I feel like I've kind of outgrew these. These are college romance, hockey books, but I just feel like I've outgrown these. When I read them, I just felt like they weren't what I was hoping for. I was very picky, except for Wildfire. Wildfire was okay. I think I connected with the female main character more than the other ones. These are going in the Unhaul. And then we have The 12th Night by, I'm going to ruin this last name, Alexine Farrell Falmouth. This one I got from Target, and it's very pretty. The inside has beautiful artwork. That's what drew me in. And it's just super pretty. But when I got it, I didn't realize it was young adult. And I don't mind reading young adult. But then I kept reading the blurb, and it's basically they kind of fall in love over a video game. Like talking to each other over a video game. I don't think that's my kind of trope. So this is going in the Unhaul. And then we have Written in Starlight by, it's covered up, but Written in Starlight. So it's not stolen from the library. It was from a little free library. It's no longer part of the library, so it's not a library book any longer. But I originally picked this up thinking I was going to read it, and I just never got around to it, and it just doesn't, I think it could find a new home now. Our next one is going to be The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I started this with high hopes, and I got far enough into it to the point where the trauma that the female main character has experienced was just too close to my own, so I can no longer keep reading it. It's about a Southern family, and I believe the dad dies in it, and she kind of moved off to London, and she has to come back home to her Southern family, and there's a lot of family dynamics, and her brother brings back someone that's supposed to keep him from falling back into his bad habits. That's where the romance kind of hits. Yeah. So the male main character's name is Sam Penny, I think. Every time they say that name, the face that pops up in my head is Sam Winchester. So if they could get Sam Winchester or Jared Padalecki, if they ever make a movie out of this, to play Sam Penny, I might watch it. And then I have Swept Up by the Sea by Tracy and Laura Hickman. And I believe this is a pirate and mermaid romance. I was given this at a book club meeting as like a swap books kind of thing. And it's just I'm not into pirate romance that much. So it's going in the Unhaul. And then we have the second in the Crowns of Nyxia novels, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This is just an extra that I ended up getting, so I am unhauling this one as well. I already have a copy, literally the exact same book. This was given to me as a book fairy book, I believe. By that point, I forgot what I had asked for, and I had already gotten myself a copy. So, whoopsie. And then I might get a lot of heat for this one, but I think quite a few of you will understand. We have the Cat and Mouse duet that I'm getting rid of. I started reading the first one, and I just found myself not liking the setting. I didn't really like the FMC. She just seemed stupid to me because she really thought that her tiny butt was gonna take down a full-grown man with a kitchen knife with no training. Huh? So yeah, I just wasn't my kind of. I didn't even get to like the dark stuff. Like I got to her being stalked, but that's not that bad in books like this. But I just did not like the setting. I kept imagining the house, her grandmother's house, as like the Addams Family house. It just didn't interest me at all. So I'm going to get rid of both of these. I fully intended on reading them until I got a couple chapters into the first one. I was just like, meh. Nah, I think I'm good. And then I tried reading this book this past summer. I don't know if I'm just not an Emily Henry fan or if this just was a flop for me and I should just try one of her other books. But I tried to read Beach Read. I did not like the MMC in this. I did not like him. I thought he was a little bit of a butthead. It was not interesting. It was not pulling me in. It was not keeping me wanting to read it. It just fell flat for me. So this was another DNF for me of the year. I personally it fell flat. I didn't really enjoy it. I think I got like 60% away into it, and I couldn't even make myself read it. It was just nothing there for me. I did end up DNFing this one, and I don't think I'm going to pick it back up again, so I am unhauling it. But that is my 2025 book unhaul. So if you have read any of these and you think I should try to give them another shot, please convince me in the comments below. I am looking forward to the books I'm going to read in 2026. I will see you guys in future videos. Bye.